Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to turn on the microphones quickly just to celebrate a special momentum here for Captain Ryan Vines for the Southwest Metro Pirates, celebrating his 175th QBL game for the Southwest Metro Pirates, and as a whole, I believe, in the QBL as well. He's always been with the Pirates, probably always will be, and such an amazing achievement to hit 175 games in the QBL. So we do just want to quickly wish a very special congratulations to Captain Vines. Stay with us as we commence the anthem, and we'll be back with you with the regular broadcast in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hibiscus Sports Complex for another QBL presentation in Round 9 action as the Southwest Metro Pirates take on the Ipswich Force in what is really set to be an amazing game. And as you would have heard before as well, a really great celebration for Captain Ryan Vines in his 175th QBL game for the Southwest Metro Pirates and for the QBL as a whole. And also for Shawnee Bairstow playing his last game for the Southwest Pirates in QBL 2019 before heading off to the States to play in his college career. So really great opportunity for those two gentlemen in the game here this afternoon. Southwest is going to be revved up. They're going to be looking for a really great performance here. And they're going to take this Ipswich Force team. Last time they came together, Southwest was triumphant over the Force, but so were the women. And yet the Ipswich women really came out firing just a little bit earlier on. So it really could go either way here, Dave. But what are your thoughts on how we're going to go tonight?
My thoughts is I think Southwest are going to have a win, but I think it's actually going to be a really, really good win because I believe the last time that these two teams played together, I don't think Prono was actually on the court just yet. So I don't think Ippy have had a good look at Henry Prono just yet. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong.
I believe he was. I think the game was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So I think he was. I haven't looked at the game statistics for that game in particular. But realistically, it really can go either way because just because you may have seen, two teams come up together or learn the way that they play, doesn't mean they're going to do things exactly the same the next time they come together. Yeah. So it is a really great opportunity for both teams. And look, if Southwest come in with too much confidence, Ipswich could walk all over them. Yeah. But again, I don't think Southwest is going to let that happen. They're going to come in with a really great amount of energy with those couple of milestones in the game this afternoon. And look, they've got some amazing players as well. We've also got Nelson Larkins coming back off injury as well.
Yeah,
after he got rested 2 weeks ago, I believe. He was rested just to make sure he was good for the doubleheader last weekend. And, you know, great for him to be back playing in his home stadium here tonight. And we're also going to be seeing Jackson Pollock stepping up into the Pirates lineup for the first time this season. So, as we were discussing off air, Dave, likely that he's just getting ready to fill that position once Shawnee Bairstow goes away to college. So Pollock just stepping up, and he's going to have that opportunity now, which is going to be really great for him and his career.
Yeah, that's it. And, like, going back to the whole, like, competitive game, like, even though I did say, like, I think Southwest will get a good win, but the Force just came off a really, really tough loss against Phoenix last Sunday. So they might be revved up, ready to go. You've also got a former Pirate player here in Marty. So for all we know, like, Marty might just bring it out tonight.
Yeah, definitely so. It really is anyone's guess as to what's going to happen. But either way, it is going to be an absolutely phenomenal game, and I'm really excited to see what happens out on the floor. And it is going to be a good matchup. And for Southwest, it's all about looking at one of the most exciting players in the QBL, Kyle Harvey, coming in averaging 30.5 points per game and 10.3 rebounds per game. So a really, really strong player. And something I'm really excited to see for the first time in the game here tonight. I haven't been able to see Ipswich all season, so a really great opportunity. And as we said, tonight and this game is going to determine which of the Ralphs is the better Ralph. So I will give you an update on that. If you tune into the women's broadcast, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. As we see a big 3-point straight off the bat for Jared Bairstow.
Plus, you stole my thunder before. I was just about to talk about Kyle Harvey as well, and then you just go and do it for me.
Well, by all means, speak about Harvey. You might know a little bit more about him than what I do.
This will be a nice matchup inside. See if Croft can stay with him, which he does. Fighting for the board, and he gets it. I'm loving the fact that the referee let that go and not call a jump ball as they were trying to wrestle for, like for that possession.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's two really big teams out on the floor here, and you want to have a good tussle, and you do have like an incredibly strong lineup of referees on the floor as well. With crew chief Jackie Dover and Kaylia Hanks coming in as umpire 1. Tony Caldwell just taking a back seat. She's going in umpire 2 position, despite having a wealth of international NBL refereeing experience under her belt. So it is a great team of referees out on the floor, and I think this game is going to need it because it's going to be a big game.
Yeah, it will be.
See, a missed shot there from the Pirates, but Ipswich now with their opportunity. And I agree with you. I'm really excited about this Harvey v. Croft lineup. Or it may even end up switching, as it already has, to Puono on Croft, which I think is going to be a really important matchup throughout the game. Whoever does end up taking Harvey, be it Croft or be it Puono, I mean, that's going to be a really strong matchup. As we see down underneath now, Croft takes on Kyle Harvey and sinks the bucket over him for the 2.
No, I believe he just took it to Mitchell Pillane.
I'm mixing up my numbers. I'm looking at the wrong place.
You're all good. You're all good. Because it is JB that is marking Kyle Harvey at the moment, which that would be an even better matchup, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Larkin's pulling up. And JB fighting for the boards, kicking out the captain Vines. A nice back cut there by Larkins.
Puono now taking on Harvey, going straight at him into the chest and gets the 2 over the top of him. That's just straight up muscle and power from Puono.
Got Vines against Ralphie. Like, these two have been going at it for quite a while in the QBL now. Like, even though like Vines does have a few years on Ralphie, all I know is like Ralphie respects him. And he's looking forward to playing him in his 175th game. Yeah,
100%. As a great little jump shot there, manages to find its way to the bottom of the net for Joshua Spires. JB now kicks the ball over to Captain Vines. Drives baseline, tries to hand off for Croft, but Jason Ralph coming down with the steal. Great hands from Ralph. Finds a nice pass on the inside and a great finish there from Leahy.
Yeah, Marty Leahy, the former Pirate. You got Prona with the ball up top.
Great look there from Ryan Vines, kicking it over to Puono, who bricks the dunk, just doesn't quite read it correctly, lets the ball slip out of his hands and off.
And then Ippy just get the ball straight to the referee's hands and gets it in nice and quick. So we know that Ipswich are going to want to play with pace in this game.
Yeah, as we see Pillane going to the bucket on the inside as well. Also missing a sitter on the inside. So that's 2 missed layup attempts now between the two teams
Harvey.
with a huge block there from Kyle Harvey.
Big block. Fast start to start this game.
It was always going to be a fast game between these two teams. We see Jarrett Croft stepping up to a 3-point shot. Marty Leahy coming down with a defensive rebound, marked by Captain Vines. Almost gets the steal. Can't quite get there as Pillane recovers the ball from the tip from Vines. As Leahy goes inside, working his way around Croft. Can't get the ball. Croft with the D-board. Southwest now with the opportunity.
Oh, what
Lono
a pass.
finds a cutting Croft and splits the lane and finds his way to the bucket. That was a needle in a haystack.
I don't know how he did. I did it with the bounce pass too. Bounce pass with the spin. That was. I still have no words for it, like, to be honest.
A nice little set jump shot there from Pillane. Another 2 points for Ipswich. The difference now down to a single digit. We see Ralph kicks ahead to Pillane. Pillane goes to the bucket and fouled by Nelson Larkins. So he will go to the line for 2. Going to have subs in front of us for the Pirates as well. Sean Bairstow going to check into the game for the first time.
And he's going in for...
Checking out Henry Proto.
Early on. All right. I think this might just be a little bit of a tactical thing, just to maybe have a quick chat maybe.
Yeah, I can't imagine Pueno will stay out for too long, but good to see Shawnee Bairstow getting some minutes in his last game. And, you know, he's been having a really great season so far as well, young Sean Bairstow. You know, like checking in from the bench, he's still averaging 11 points per game and 3.5 rebounds. So, you know, just a really strong young player. And, you know, it is really exciting to see him go away to college because he's going to have such an amazing time over there. And it's only going to benefit his career in the long term. So really excited for young Bairstow.
Oh, most definitely.
Speaking of, Bairstow gets it inside, kicks out to Croft. Croft fires the triple but gets the unfortunate rattle out as Pillane pulls the defensive board for the force.
And JB with the nice deflection just to get it out of his hands from behind to slow down the fast break.
Yeah, got to give a quick shout out to our man John Guarna from Nothing But Net Media tuning into the broadcast, also correcting me on my terrible pronunciation of names. Josh Spears. My apologies, Josh. Oh, man, I just can't speak English today. It's not my pronunciation, it's just my ability to speak the English language. No, it's pretty much normal. See, this is why I'm a theatre reviewer and not a performer, because I can write, I can't speak. But always good to have Johnny G checking into the stream. And don't forget, the Nothing But Net Media team and obviously myself on the production will be tuning in tomorrow at 11 and 1 from Brisbane, taking on Gladstone, I believe. Probably should check that before I said it, but I think it's against Gladstone. So don't forget to tune into those games as well.
So far,
well, let's hope I'm right there. First free throw there for Harvey is good. I'm just going to sanity check myself now. Capitals Gladstone, look at me go. And second also.
You got it right. You got it right.
I sometimes do my research, and when I do, it
pays
comes in handy. 11 plays 9. Now Ipswich just getting themselves in the lead off those Harvey free throws. Nelson Larkin's going to slow things down for the Pirates. It settles with Vines. Shot clock down into single digits now. Turnaround jump shot for JB is good. Ralph taking on Captain Vines. Just a little bit of a flick in the eye there for Vines as well as Ralphie tries to give directions. Got a little bit of a clip in the eye. Turnaround jump shot for Harvey. He's too strong. Bounces over the top, and Marty Leahy with the O-board goes over JB. But good D there by JB in front, getting the stop.
And Larkins with the rebound. We got the kick ahead to Vinesy. And Larkins still just can't get one to drop. He's 0 from 3 so far.
Yeah, he's getting good looks, though, and doing a really great job of getting into the position and, you know, trying to take those shots. Like, it's just going to be a matter of time before he starts finding the bottom of the net because he's getting really good set shots at least.
Exactly.
See Leahy get 2 points there for Ipswich.
So inside the Croft here. Are they going to play out of the post? They're doubling down on him, which leaves Vinesy wide open as he comes off. Just can't get it to fall. Harvey with the rebound.
Harvey now fake over the top of Nelson Larkin. Step left and fires one for two. Great offensive play there from Harvey.
And we are probably going to see a lot of that tonight too from him.
Oh, yeah. 15 plays 11. We're just over 3 minutes to go in the first as we see JB again going to the inside with the finger roll. Not quite on point, but great move there from Bairstow. Ipswich as well, just taking things nice and slow now. Ball settles with Harvey, who looks to go inside to Leahy. Steps around, though, passes off to Poulain, who goes himself over Croft. Croft with the great hands in front, though, to get the stop. Vines looking to go himself now, works his way around Leahy with the right-hand finger roll. Beautiful passage of play and a very staple Ryan Vines move.
That's it, and in my opinion, that was actually a 5-point turnaround, because as Poulain drove before, he had Jason Ralph wide open in the corner three. So 5-point turnaround there for Southwest.
Yeah, but we see that one there. Jaden Ferguson going to the bucket and putting one right back on them with a big backboard tap as well from Jared Croft. Ball still finds its way in as we see a streaming Nelson Larkins driving down the lane and putting away for two and also picking up the foul.
So that's twice in a row now that both Vinesy and Larkins have just been able to cut straight down the middle and finish at the rim. No help defense, no split. So I wonder what the Ipswich coach is going to make any changes.
Yeah, and it's just fast-paced offense from Southwest as well. Like, they're just doing a really great job of moving the ball and recognizing, that probably slight lack of, not really concentration, but just lack of recognition from the Ipswich team defensively on those fast break opportunities. So
definitely.
I'm sure that's not going to stick around too long as Larkins is well short on his free throw there. Like you said, that is the second time that Southwest has managed to stream down the keyway. So I can't imagine we'll see too much more of that now as we see Puono with the big steal. Hands off to Bairstow, back to Puono. Larkins now trying to work his way inside but gets pinned for the 3 seconds in the keyway.
Wow. Was that a bit of a quick 3 seconds in the key for you?
No, it's probably a fair call, really. Ball came over halfway with Puono, dished off to Bairstow, back to Puono. Yeah, he was in there for a little bit. I don't know. I wasn't really watching the whole time when it was in there, but yeah, it's probably not a bad call.
It's a bit of overpassing, though, from Southwest.
Yeah. If anything, just an unusual call, because you don't ever see 3 seconds called in the QBL, but it is probably a fair call.
Especially on a fast break situation, too.
Yeah, exactly. But down the other end now, Kyle Harvey just going to work and doing what Kyle Harvey does, putting away the nice, easy bucket.
We've got JB on the wing.
Puono looks to go to work straight into the center of the keyaway. He works his way around James Kwan.
And even though the foul was called, he had a nice pass just over his head to Sean Bairstow for wide open on the 3-point line.
Yeah, and they get the foul there on Josh Spears as well. So that'll be his first. 3 for the team for Ipswich. Southwest now. Opportunity inside. JB goes straight to Henry Puono. Goes to work and gets another foul on the inside. So great recognition there from Puono. That one is called against James Kwan.
Just using his strength inside.
Yeah, Puono's really good at doing that as well, throwing his weight around, getting into that position inside and just recognizing where the defense is, intentionally drawing that contact and trying to get himself to the line. Unfortunate, couldn't put away the 2 points, but does not nail the free throw. I intentionally didn't say anything. Commentator's curse has already impacted us a couple of times in the women's game tonight.
But you mentioned 2 points.
So got me on a technicality. Puono goes none from 2 from the free throw line. Just over a minute and a half to go in the first. Ipswich looking to move the ball nice and fast here. See Curl, nice strong defense, gets the travel call against Jaden Ferguson.
This is
incredibly tough D there from Curl.
This is the one thing that I believe that Curly has really improved his game over the past season. And that's his defensive intensity and want to play on the defensive end.
Shawnee Bairstow steps up to the line for a 3 and hits nothing but the bottom of the net. In fact, he barely even hit the bottom of the net. That was just clean as anything.
Yeah.
Just slid its way in nicely. Ipswich now looking to move the ball. Spears with it now. Shot clock rolling down into single digits. Need to make something happen. Hand off to Robinson. Goes inside. Great defensive board there for Curl.
And Curly for 3.
Larkins over to Curl. Can't get it. JB, though, with the big offensive board. Kicks across court to younger brother Bairstow. And Shawnee goes to work on the inside. The left-handed flip is good.
So Southwest have been finishing this quarter very, very strong.
Yeah, indeed so. 19-20, so Southwest getting themselves up by 1. Ipswich will probably hold for the last shot of the quarter. Quan now looking to go over Puono.
We've got 5 seconds.
So Southwest will get the last chance for the shot. Shawnee Bairstow steps up, takes a wild one, and just can't quite get it to fall, but great look there from Southwest, making something happen with a couple of seconds to go in the quarter break. And Southwest will end that one in the lead. It's 20 plays 19 in your first quarter of action. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with you shortly with some first quarter statistics in your QBL Round 9 game between the Southwest Metro Pirates and Ipswich, presented by the Stream Team Australia. And welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex. It is Southwest Metro taking on Ipswich. Before we get into the second quarter of action, I do want to just very quickly make a quick announcement for anyone that is aware. Oops, as I get the wrong graphics up. I do just want to get anyone that is tuning into the live stream tonight, please, if you haven't heard already, do jump onto the GoFundMe page and search for Get Narelle Well. Long-time fan of basketball and obviously big-time supporter in Basketball Queensland. Narelle Kelly has been hit with stage 2 invasive breast cancer, and it has travelled through to her lymph nodes. And there is a GoFundMe page set up to try and help support her and her family. Narelle has given so much to the basketball community in Brisbane and Queensland as a whole. So I think it's time that the basketball community gives something back to Narelle and tries and supports her. So anything you can spare, whether it be big or small, please do try and go onto the GoFundMe page and help Narelle wherever possible so that she can recover safely and return to the sport that she does love so much. But to kick things back off, we are in the second quarter. We're going to start with a quick shout out to good fan of the sport, Matt Wellesby, former Pirate living in Texas, I believe. I'm probably wrong on that, but I believe it's Texas. Always tuning in, getting up at 5 a.m., asking me for the streaming link. So always good to have you tuning in, Matt, and hope it's a good game for you to watch over there.
All right, here we go. So Southwest with a nice stop to start the second quarter. And JB all the way to the rack.
Apparently my lack of ability to speak English is rubbing off on you, Dave. You spent too much time with me.
Mate. Way too much.
So good start to the quarter there from Southwest, getting the big stop early on, and then the 2 points from JB. But Ralphie gets blocked by Christian Pang.
Pangy with the nice help defense there.
Yeah, that was really nice from Pang, getting himself in position. So Southwest now second stop of the night.
And Pangy for 3. Oh, he's got a nice arc on the ball. Just, unlucky.
Ferguson with it now for Ipswich. Hands off to Quan. Dishes out to Marty Leahy. Leahy with the very long two. And puts it away.
Vinesy claims he got hit on the elbow there, but
Leahy again with it now. Slows it down though, looks to push the ball. Ferguson dishes back down. Ferguson working his way around, just flips it a little bit too strong, going over the top. Sean Bairstow takes on Leahy, dishes off to Puono. They get the foul. That one's going to go against Marty Leahy, just clipping Shawnee Bairstow on the arms as he was driving through. See Jarrett Croft checking back in for the Pirates, subbing out the big man, Jared Bairstow. It's 22 plays 21, Southwest with it now. Ball in to Puono. He hands off to Pang. Pang goes for the triple, a little bit too strong. Ball tipped around, comes down with Ralph as Quan now goes strong on the inside. Dishes off to Leahy, who tries to fire over Sean Bairstow, but great D by Sean.
And nice rebound by Croft there as well, but now we're going the other way. All right, we got Vinesy up top with the ball. Pick and roll with Puono. We got Pangy again in the corner. Is third one the charm? Third one is the charm for Christian Pang.
I mean, he's been set the last three-pointers he shot, so he was eventually going to hit one sooner or later. Eventually managed to find Foreman, hit that one there, but then gets the foul on the other end. Just a little bit too over-eager on his defense, just getting his hands in there and putting two hands on.
But there's never really anything wrong with it. It means you know he's going to go after it. You know he's getting after it. So for most coaches, they'll actually be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, definitely so. And Southwest is quickly making a sub as well. Shawnee Bairstow coming out. I think it was Nelson Larkins checking back on.
Yes, Larkins is now back in.
Ipswich moving the ball. Leahy, great cut down in underneath. He's going to get pinged for the not intentional foul, sorry. The offensive foul. Just trying to set his position through that back cut, just running right up the back of Ryan Vines and almost cleaning him up off the floor. So a little bit too over-eager in his movement there, I think. But good recognition from referee Jackie Dover. Just recognized he was, over-eager, moved a little bit too fast, just making that contact in the back of Vines.
Yeah, that's it. And Croft is going to work on the inside.
Yeah, great D there by Pillane, though, getting his hands up nice and straight and getting the block. And don't forget, if you are tuning in on YouTube, do let us know in the comments where you're watching from, where you're tuning in, what your name is, and we'll give you a bit of a shout out on the air as well. Just let us know what's happening in the world of basketball and what you're doing while you're tuning in. So see a foul called against Southwest there. That one going against Jarrett Croft.
All right, we got Kyle Harvey jumping back on in for Marty Lay.
Inbounds play for Ipswich. Ralph marked nice and tight by Ryan Vines.
Vinesy is not wanting to give any space up at all whatsoever.
Definitely not, but Ralph manages to find the space and drives one-on-one against Vines and puts it away.
But
it's exactly what Ralph wanted.
But he had to work for it the entire way. It was no way an easy bucket.
No, definitely not, but that's just the grace of Ralphie. He's just always good at finding that position and getting where he needs to be. As we see the offensive foul called this time against Christian Pang, and to be completely fair, good call. Yeah. Contact was made in the back. He went to get the rebound. He's knocked him in the back. I couldn't see who the defensive player was, but good call.
Yeah,
can't argue with that.
No way. It's usually whoever is the lowest, you're probably going to get pushed in the back, and you're going to get the call.
Yeah, if you're going to make contact from behind, more often than not, the referees are going to call it.
Yeah, exactly. And here we go again. We've got the Vinesy and Ralphie matchup.
Ralph going face-to-face this time rather than backing down.
Oh, what a pass inside. A nice finish there by
Pulane,
that's it. So looks like Ralphie in this team now, he's not showing much to be a shooter. He's showing more to be a distributor and a pure point guard.
Yeah, Nelson Larkin's just wild and out of control there, trying to find one over Pulane as well. Vines ankle breaks himself, but dishes off to Pang on time and nails the three-point shot.
And there's a foul.
With a foul inside. They're going to get that one against Jaden Ferguson, just with the holding in underneath. But Pangy, again, took those couple of early three-point shots just to find his form. nailed 2 in a row with the assist going to a on-the-ground Ryan Vines. Nelson Larkins wants a piece of the action himself. His shot too strong, going right over the top. See Kyle Harvey on the fast break and dunks it over the top of Henry Prono.
That's a highlight reel you want to see again.
Yeah, the big performance there from the big man.
And I don't even think Prono even expected a dunk.
Nah, and Prono wants it right back at him, going against Harvey again, but his shot, no good. Second one, however, finds the net and the foul. They're not going to get that one. Probably much to Prono's disdain. It was not going against Kyle Harvey. They have got that one against Poulain. Just causing a little bit of body contact there. I'm sure Prono wishes it was against Harvey after being dunked on the other end.
Yeah, but at least he showed his fire. He showed his fire to come back down, and he was not going to let anyone else score but him.
No, definitely not.
And here we go again. We've got Harvey against Prono. Prono gives it up to
Spears. Spears fires 1 for 2. That's nice and easy for him.
It's a bit of a mismatch inside for Pangy and Spears, just the height-wise. So I think that's why we're bringing in JB. I believe that could be the case.
Yeah, and Spears just good recognition of that height advantage as well. And, you know, a really nice, easy shot there as well. And speaking of height, Jared Croft's pass just a little bit too tall for Nelson Larkins to get his hands on. So unfortunate turnover there. And it's like you know how coaches think, Dave. Because as you speak, Christian Pang checks out, JB checks in. There will be a switch up on the defense as well. So JB is going to go across to defend Harvey. And Jared Croft is going to come across and defend Spears, who breaks away and finds an open three-point shot, but can't get it to fall. On the rebound there, Jared Croft just stepping out of bounds. So Ipswich going to come down with it off the play. Poulain goes against Prono. Prono, good job of getting in front. Poulain just losing his footing. Dishes off to, I can't see who shot that. Ferguson. Ferguson going to work on the inside. And nice little teardrop jump shot for 2. I mean, I love the Ipswich uniform. Like, I really like the sort of camo green and white grey thing they got going on. It just can be very hard to see the numbers from a distance sometimes.
And Prono with the nice finish inside.
The back numbers are good. The front numbers are just a little bit hard to see.
Because it's supposed to be camo, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's it's camo. It's 5-on-0 at the moment. You can't see the other team.
So why do they keep running into things?
Yeah, exactly. I think my eyesight is about as good as my English speaking skills.
Yeah, I know. And I just made the most horrible dad joke possible there is. The things we do on commentary.
Oh, I know, right? We get away with anything we want.
Pretty much.
Ipswich going to bring the ball in. It's in the hands of Poulain from the out of bounds. He finds Ferguson, who finds Ralph, who just takes a nice set 3, but that's no good over Larkins. Prono now streaming down the court, goes himself. Ball is stripped by Kyle Harvey and hits an out of bounds Sean Besto.
And I don't think Prono realizes that it did hit Sean while he was out of bounds, because he was complaining it got tipped from behind, but he's like, well, it hit Sean, so.
Yeah, I don't think he quite saw where Shawnee was, and the ball actually bounced off him.
Yeah, but that's it.
Good decision from the referees.
And Ralphie just sneaks in behind.
Yeah, gets lost inside. Pass, unfortunately, doesn't quite make it to Kyle Harvey. Southwest, again, though, just lack of position. Yeah, execution.
Yeah, because it was the right idea. Nice cross-court pass. There was no one in between, but just that little bit behind JB.
Yeah, 100%. It was a really great idea. It just didn't quite work the way they wanted to. As Ferguson now looks to go one-on-one on Prono. Falls out of court just about. Passes it straight to Nelson Larkins, who goes all the way, fires and nails it. What a finish over Joshua Spears.
After he was being hassled by Jay Ralph the entire time too. was good help defense there from Croft. Gave Harvey a little bit of airspace, but
there's got to be a call on that one. Yeah, they do get the call. I was going to say a little bit of a contact from the side on that one. Good recognition. They're going to give it against Jason Ralph.
Which I believe
Seems
is
fair.
the right call. Yeah. Because that was where the first contact happened. Got a little bit of out of control. The rest kind of was going to go, all right, is there going to be an advantage here? There wasn't an advantage, so they bring it back. Yeah,
exactly. And they needed to call it. Like, realistically, I agree with the officials. The first contact, I agree. Hold your whistle, wait and see what happens. It was soft contact that's going to put Larkins on the line for 2. It didn't really need to be called. But when that contact caused Larkins to stumble over and fall, and causing that disadvantage, that's when the call needs to be made. And that's exactly what they did. So, great decision by the referees. And, they tried to prevent Ralphie from getting the foul, but it had to be called back because there was that clear disadvantage.
Yeah, exactly. And Harvey with the missed 3. We're going to come over to Shawnee on the wing. Oh. And sometimes you just wish a ref would hold his whistle so we can get a highlight play like that.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate, but they are going to go to the line for 2, so no real disadvantage on that one. They'll still find their way to the bucket.
That's it.
And we're going to have a timeout on the floor, so I'm going to take a quick one as well as I try and fix some of my technology that's just failed on me. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're back with you shortly with more QBL action presented by the Stream Team Australia. And back with you here from Hibiscus Sports Complex. It's Shawnee Bairstow on the line for 2 free throws. He makes the first.
And gets the second one to drop. Oh, so we're going back to the little bit of a trap here.
Ipswich gets the ball into Pillane in the keyway underneath. Dishes out to Harvey. Harvey firing a somewhat wild one, but he finds the net. Kyle Harvey showing what he's made of, getting that one to drop. Four points the difference here. Southwest just maintaining their narrow lead as JB goes to work on the inside and puts one away.
And again, we got Vinesy against Ralphie in the full court.
Harvey with it now, taking on JB. Passes it down low. Pillane going to work over Croft. Spins around, fires away and not rewarded. And ball goes out of bounds off Pillane. So Southwest going to come down with it. Great defense there from Croft getting in front. Great positioning and great recognition as well to then stop the O-board for the second chance opportunity.
Yeah, that's it. So we just had Spears check out, and we're going to have our first look at Kane Bishop, who's been an SBL player for a long, long time, for quite a few years now for Ipswich. So it's good to see him out there on a QBL stage.
Yeah, and he's going to have the tough job of marking JB. Coming down the other side of the floor, Nelson Larkin's three-point shot looked like it was going to fall, but just rattled out at the last moment. So we see Harvey dish off to Leahy. Ipswich just going to settle things down now. Godinay streams into the center of the keyway. Great look there from, I believe, Kyle Harvey with the assist, finding the perfectly cutting Godinay, making the bucket and drawing the foul as well.
But I do believe Sean's hands, both of them were actually straight up, so I don't
It was probably more so the body contact, I think, more than anything. He was straight up and moving forward as Godinay kind of faded away to take the shot. He just moved in with him as well.
And that's the hardest thing to do. Like, if they are fading away, it's so hard not to move with them.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know, that's the advantage of doing it, is you're kind of causing that defensive player to come closer to you and cause that body contact. So, you know, again, just a really great offensive play from Godinay, and good to see him rewarded as well, because he's been playing a really great couple of minutes out on the floor for Ipswich as well. So, and that just pays off for him. So he's rewarded for the hard work he's been putting in, and he's only been on the floor for about 2 or 3 minutes as well.
And now I've also got Ralphie just having a bit of a break. We've got Kobe Robinson in playing the point guard.
Yeah, there is about a 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. They're going to get the blocking foul on Croft, just stepping up last minute, not into position. And that is going to be team fouls as well. So we're going to walk to the line for the 2. I think it was Kyle Harvey that got the contact.
So you kind of expect these two to go in.
You would think so. But then again, commentator's curse is real.
That is why I did it.
Fair. I feel like it's not going to work on Harvey, though, but we'll wait and see. You never know.
And I feel like the fact that I said I did it on purpose is probably going to backfire in my face.
Double jinxes the commentator's curse.
Yeah, that's it. Just keep jinxing it till he misses.
Yeah. So just going to quickly adjust my clock here as well. So there is 9 seconds to go in the second quarter of action. Kyle Harvey at the line for 2 shots for the Ipswich Force. First one makes it look easy.
Too easy.
And the second is good as well. Southwest now, last opportunity in the quarter. Ryan Vines on the 3-point line, fires away. Can't find the bottom of the net though, but gets the foul on the rebound. They're going to get that one against Godinay on JB on the rebound. So Jared Besto doing a good job underneath to pull the O board and get fouled on his on the rebound. So he'll sit on the line for 2. As expected, first one good there for JB. The second also good for JB, and that's going to give them the chance to make a sub. So Jared Croft just going to check out for the last 2 seconds. They're just going to make a quick sub and get young Jacob Stadhams to check into the game for the last 2 seconds.
Oh, no,
and they're waving it away. The time was already over, but what a shot. What an absolute shot from just in front of halfway. But it is unfortunately waved away. But what a great finish there for the second quarter of action. It's 37 plays 41. Southwest in the lead. And a great game that we've had so far, Dave.
Yeah, no, it definitely has. It has been low scoring because both teams have been playing very, very well on the defensive end. There hasn't been a lot in transition. Trans offense has been well, and also Trans D has just been even better. Both teams are just wanting to go at it over and over every single possession, and that's the types of games that we love to see.
Yeah, definitely. So there is obviously a halftime break now. While I quickly try and fix some of my technology, I'm going to take a quick break now, but we'll be back with a couple minutes to go in the halftime break. We'll go through some statistics. We'll talk about some of the halftime conversations. So stay right with us. We'll be back with you shortly with more on your QBL Round 9 action between the Southwest Metro Pirates and Ipswich Force, presented to you by the Stream Team Australia. And welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex. It is your QBL Round 9 game between the Southwest Metro Pirates and the Ipswich Force. And once again, I am just going to continue to plug this consistently until the end of the season, so I'm not going to go away about it. Narelle Kelly, for those of you that aren't aware, is an amazing person that supported Basketball Queensland for more than 10 years now, and pretty much every junior competition that I've ever gone the way to as a referee has always been run and organised by Narelle Kelly. She's been an amazing person in Basketball Queensland. So for those of you that do know Narelle, you know how amazing she is. And she is in need of some very significant help at the moment, being diagnosed with stage 2 invasive cancer, and obviously having to look after their young daughter and also her husband as well. So, look, if there is anything that you can do at all to support Narelle, please jump onto GoFundMe.com, search Get Narelle Well, and please, please, if you can, support anything that you can, because she's done so much for basketball in this great state. But to the game here now, Dave. An amazing second half of action we have coming up.
Most definitely.
It's 4 points in it. It's anyone's game. Let's have a look at the stats and what's going on.
Sounds good to me.
So, realistically, 37 plays 41. Ipswich doing a really amazing job out on the floor, but their big man, Kyle Harvey, I think Southwest has done a pretty adequate job so far of really shutting him down and preventing him from shining in this game. He's only sitting on 14 points, and to be honest, I was expecting a little bit more from him in the first half, but again, Southwest has really done a good job of getting in his face and shutting him down. He's only shooting 55% from the field, and he hasn't hit a three-point shot yet. So Southwest doing a really great job of stopping him from getting the ball and causing the other players in Ipswich to really start to get some points on the board. Leahy on 6, Pillane 5, Spears 4, and Ferguson 4.
Yeah, that's it. And in my opinion, like, if they're shutting down Harvey, like, if he really want to try and take control of this game, they will have to try and start to get some more scoring through their star point guard and Jason Ralph. Like, he hasn't really got it going yet. He's only taken 3 shots. He's missed his 1-3, and he's 50% from the 2-point or from mid-range. So if they really want to be in this game, then like Ralphie does have to get it going.
Yeah, definitely so. And, you know, it's not to say that Ipswich has been having a good game, because they really have. They've been doing so much right. But, I mean, Southwest has just been doing such a great job out on the floor so far, as we've just saw from Jarrett Croft there, working his way underneath and getting a 2-point bucket. But, you know, you look at JB, 11 points, already having pulled 6 rebounds. And, you know, their points are spread so far across the floor. You've got 2 bench players with Christian Pang on 6, Shawnee Basto on 7. So they really are spreading the points around, Pono on 6 as well, Croft 4, Larkins 5. Like, they're just doing a really great job as a whole team, and defensively more than anything, they're doing a good job of stopping Ipswich from getting continual points on the board. And
do you want to know what one of the biggest stats is right now? It just was a 7-point ball game. It's now down to about 6 or 5. Yeah, it's now down to 5. But the bench points discrepancy, exactly 7 in favor of Southwest.
Yeah, and a lot of that has come out of young Shawnee. Yeah, Pangy and Sean Basto has been all of their bench points. So, look, it's been a really great game, and I think that's probably Southwest's biggest strength and advantage in this competition, is they do have a very deep bench. When you've got the likes of, Christian Pang on the development side for the Brisbane Bullets. You've got Shawnee Basto about to head away to college. You've got, Max Curl. You've got some really strong players coming off the bench that can actually support, what really is a very, very strong starting 5 lineup.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be very, very hard to stop on any given day, really. Yeah,
definitely so. The gap back at 6 again. Nelson Larkins feeling it. Steps up to the 3-point line, unguarded. And he nails the second in a row to take that lead back up to 9. You can't leave Larkins free on the 3-point line, or he's going to make you feel it.
He most definitely will. And after the shooting performance he put in that first half, I don't think he's going to repeat it here in the second.
Unfortunate there from Ralphie. Really great move there, recognizing Pillane on the inside. Just couldn't quite get the pass to exactly where it needed to be, but great recognition.
But I was still quite surprised. He was actually open on the 3-point line for about 2 seconds, and he opted not even to look for the shot. So I don't know what is going on or what his role is in this Ipswich team, but it's definitely not the same Jason Rolfe that I've seen in previous years.
Yeah, definitely so. But you know what is the same? Nelson Larkins and the way that he fires away those shots. That's an easy unanswered 8 points from Nelson Larkins so far in the first 2 minutes of this third quarter.
That's it.
Ipswich with it now, just slowing things down around the outside as Spears sets a screen for Ferguson. Kicks over. Great block there by Jarrett Croft on Poulain. Ball went out of bounds in favour of Ipswich, but being that it was a 24-second shot clock violation, Southwest is going to come down with it.
It's a good call, and I believe we're going to have a timeout here for Ipswich.
Yeah, definitely so, and look, rightfully so as well. They're now down by 11, so good timeout there by Coach Riches. We're going to take a quick break as well, but stay right with us and we'll be back with more fourth quarter action for you shortly, presented by the Stream Team Australia. And back with you here on the Harry Haxon court at Hibiscus. Southwest getting the advantage of that 24-second shot clock violation on the out-of-bounds play. Larkins with it now, finds an open JB who goes centre keyway, can't make it fall. Pono fighting for the rebound, but it comes down in the hands of Kyle Harvey. Harvey just making a little bit of contact there on Ryan Vines. Happy to let them play that on. But Harvey comes out firing with the triple.
Just incidental contact there, so I'm happy to actually let that one go.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that one at all. Vinesy was off balance, not in position.
Oh, another turnover by Southwest. So Ippy are going on a little bit of a run here if they can convert, but they're going to go to the line instead.
Yeah, great recognition there from Ralph, finding the cutting Godinay. Godinay getting the contact underneath from Poino. But again, that's exactly what you want if you're Coach Chris Riches. You've called the timeout for an exact reason, and the team's come out and done what he wants. They got the three-point shot up, they've got the steal, and now they've got the 2 free throw attempts.
So what was a 12-point lead could be down to about 7.
Yeah, 7 at the moment, potentially 6. Godinay, typically a pretty good free throw shooter.
And you're right, you did not put the curse on him.
No, wouldn't never do that to Godinay. JB with the inbounds pass for Southwest. Fires up for Vines. Larkins feeling it, but no good on his third attempt. But he's got it back again. Great offensive rebound there. They find an open JB underneath. And great offense there from Southwest. Great offense.
It was just a great save by Croft. Those long arms allow him to stay inbounds in order to save it.
Yeah, speaking of good offenses, there's a good one by Harvey, taking on the big man JB underneath. Drawing that contact on the chest, getting the set shot. But Southwest says, anything you can do, we can do as well. Croft getting himself in there for that one. Now, Leahy with the big block there from Jarrett Croft. Larkins coming up with it. Dishes to the captain Vines, who's picked by Marty Leahy.
Is it going to be again?
Vines gets himself in front. Good D, and this time Leahy blocked again by Puono. It's 2 in a row on the block against Marty Leahy. The Pirates saying, get out of here. Used to play for us, you go to Ipswich, you go and get blocked in the ship.
And was it just me, or did I see that coming like 3 steps before it happened? Oh my God.
Oh yeah, we saw it coming.
I didn't expect it to be like that though, that's for sure. All right, let's see if we can settle things down a bit and get a little bit more rhythm in the game, because it's been high paced for the past like 2 minutes.
Yeah, Puono with it now, looking to take on
Marty
Leahy.
loses it there. Marty seems to be down.
They're going to get Nelson Larkins with the foul on that one, just causing a little bit of body contact on Godinay and knocking him out of bounds. Looks like Marty Leahy's just gone down a little bit tough on that last defensive play.
I think he just copped an elbow to the chest as Prono spun. That's what forced Prono to lose control, I believe.
No, yeah, maybe. He looks like he's limping a little bit, so it's either. Yeah, not too sure. He got a little bit of contact on that last one, so he's just going to check himself out. Josh Spears going to check back in for the force. Can't imagine that'll be the last we see of Leahy in the game here tonight, though. He'll be back.
Especially if he's healthy.
Yeah, just needs a quick break. He'll be back. 48 plays 56. Your Southwest Metro Pirates, they're up by 8. Ralph now for the force, finds a cutting Quan, but Quan can't quite get the handles on it and just loses control of that one out of bounds.
It was a nice pass by Ralphie too, just couldn't hold it.
Couple of quick turnovers there for both teams, which quite surprising considering the low number of turnovers in the game so far. Like Southwest, that'll only be their 10th in the game, and Ipswich only on 7. So realistically, 10 and 7, you know, halfway through the third quarter, you're not too upset if you're the coaching staff. So
no, you're not.
Both teams doing a really good job of protecting the pill. Ralphie just misreading the play there, just moving underneath Jarrett Croft as he tries to collect that ball.
And I'm actually quite glad that he didn't get called for the tech there. Like, even though he did clap his hands, he did swear a little bit, but it wasn't towards the referee. It was towards himself because he knew he screwed up. He knew that he should not have jumped. So I'm glad that we do have a very experienced officiating team here that realized that. Yeah,
definitely so. And, you know, like you said, it was just self-recognition. He made a mistake. He wasn't happy with what he did. As we see again, as I said it, turnovers just creeping into the game a little bit here. JB this time, the sufferer of the turnover. Just might have been a little bit of a wet ball or something. It just seemed to slip out of his fingers at the last minute.
Yeah, so do we need to get a towel on the ball or something?
Maybe, or a towel on the fingers, one or the other.
Just some hairspray.
They're going to get Shawnee Bairstow on the hands foul for that one as Josh Spears drove to the basket. Bairstow doing a relatively good job of getting himself in front, but just moving the arms down at the last minute. So Spears now going to go to the line for 2. First one is good for Spears.
It is.
His first free throws of the night as well. He's played just under 20 minutes of ball, and it's the first time he's gotten himself to the free throw line. And does a good job of it as well. He goes 2 from 2.
So we've got a 6-point ball game.
Larkins with it now for the Pirates. Finds JB down low, who finds a cutting Plono. Plono takes on Spears, and Spears gets the foul. And again, it's just good offensive movement from the Pirates. They're getting the ball down underneath. They're recognizing that mismatch. They're getting it in the hands of the players that need it. And they're doing a really good job. And Plono especially. Like, how many times is this that Plono's been to the line? Actually, surprisingly enough, it's only his 3rd time to the line. But he's been doing a really good job underneath and just drawing that contact. So I thought it was a couple more times than 3 that he's been to the line. But thankfully, he makes one this time. He is none from 3 from the free throw line, but gets the first. But misses the second. Shawnee Bairstow, good job on the offensive board. Pirates by 7. Plono gets it back. Hands off to JB, and he just gets the very, very friendly roll. Finding its way into the last second.
It's back up by 9. It's
the Ralph Vines combo again. Quan just intentionally setting an illegal screen, I think, but just managed to miss Vines and avoid the call. Shot there from Spears, no good. Larkins coming down with it. Hands off to Vines. Southwest is going to slow things down now a bit and settle.
Or
not. Vinesy with the fadeaway spin. Doesn't quite make it. Harvey with the D-board.
Coming down the court.
They find Quan inside. He goes against Pono.
And there you go, Ralphie for 3, and he gets it to drop. So I think he heard what we spoke about between him and Georgia. So let's see what he's got in store for us now.
Got some points to put on the board if he's going to take out the title. But Larkin's going to work on the other end of the floor. He finds the 2. Ralph now again going to work on the inside. Nice dish off there for Harvey, who shoots over JB and puts it away. Harvey making a bit of a difference now in this game. He was, 15 points at halftime.
Yeah.
It's fine. Found his way up to 25 in the half so far. So Southwest not doing such a great job in this third quarter, unfortunately, in preventing Harvey from adding additional points. He's got 10 in the third. And again, we sort of said that, realistically, if Ipswich is going to fire, they need someone to perform. And, Southwest has just let Harvey be that player. He's come out and had a really great third quarter so far. So they just need to find a way to, stop that a little bit. He's got 10 points in the quarter so far. They need to shut him down for the remainder of this third.
Oh, nice find.
Smart play there from JB, just recognizing Quan was in the air, just holding off and intentionally drawing the foul. Smart play.
Yeah, that's it. But are they going to discuss it? Because it was around the neck area. He did come down around the neck area. I did have this called in my favor last weekend where one of my players pump faked, the guy landed on his head. So it'll be interesting to see what they call.
Yeah, look, it really could go either way. There are new rules now. They are going to go with the unsportsmanlike foul.
So.
And in all fairness, there are new rules for the unsportsmanlike foul as of this season. So there is... I haven't looked into the rule book yet, but there's 5 new conditions essentially. So there's 5 different things that you need to look at in terms of justifying an unsportsmanlike foul. With that one there, it could come into 2 different ones. One of them being heavy contact. He did land on top of Jared Bairstow. And like you said, there was contact around the neck as well, which could be classified as dangerous. So, one would think I'd be up to date with the rules, considering I did referee professionally for many, many years, but haven't kept up to date quite as much as I probably should.
Yeah. But I agree, it is the right call. You do want player safety to be there. Unfortunately, if you are going to go for the block and the guy does pump fake, and if you do have a 40-inch vertical, you're going to go up high in the air anyway.
Yeah, definitely so. But again, it's just one of the things I loved about that, though. The referees came together. They discussed the call. They came up with an outcome. And there was just a very nice conversation around it afterwards. Jason Ralph, Henry Poino, at three-quarter court discussing with the referees. And look, it all seemed in really good faith, and it was just literally wanting to understand why the call was made the way that it was. There was no one yelling or screaming or carrying on. And, it is just from what I've seen so far in the game, 2 very respectful and very smart teams in the way that they've played.
Yeah, exactly.
Harvey now coming down with a steal off that one. They're down by 8, the force. Harvey looks to go on Sean Bairstow, but kicks out to Spears, who finds Ralph. Shot fake, drive left. Ralph just, seems to be hesitating a little bit on his own shot in the game tonight. Just looking to share the love, get someone else involved.
But I think he's going to
go himself that time, but blocked from behind by the big man, Jared Bairstow. Pangy coming down with the D-board. JB with it now, just in front of the half. He's going to settle down. There is contact across the neck there from Jason Ralph.
Oh, it wasn't across the neck. I'm thinking they're calling that a rip-through foul. So the Kevin Durant foul is what it's well known in today's era.
And that is team fouls as well. So JB is going to get to walk a couple of extra feet to the line. Max Curl just recoils from his substitution. Thought he was, getting pumped to get out there and just had to recoil a little bit. So obviously,
just a tiny bit.
JB getting the sub if he makes the 2, which knowing JB and how JB works.
It looks like Kyle Harvey is going to be coming back in as soon as they found out that JB was coming out.
Yeah, and he does make both. I mean, that's just a Penny Bairstow staple. I just remember the boys always, when they were younger, it's always out the back shooting their free throws. It's a Penny Bairstow coaching classic, basically. You've always got to focus on your free throws out the back, shooting in the hoop that they had out the back of their place.
And now I think we're going to be focusing on Kyle Harvey here, because Kyle Harvey came out, and then as soon as the Ipswich coach found out that JB was going to be coming out, he reinserted Kyle Harvey.
Yeah, so great strong drive there through the center of the keyway for Spears, but I think you're right. They will be going to Harvey. He's got a lot of points on the board so far. There's a lot of contact going in underneath now between...
Just shoving cutters.
Yeah, Pillane, Pang, and Croft. They're not happy with the cuts happening underneath and where the points are coming from. Shawnee Bairstow is going to go for a triple. That's a little bit too strong. And Max Curl fighting for the board, but Pillane gets it. Sorry, that's Ferguson.
I'll go one more.
Ferguson goes Ralphie against Pangy. Ralphie.
Ooh.
Ferguson, the advantage off the rolling free-for-all rebound. They managed to get it into Pillane underneath, and he puts it away for 2. Ipswich now cutting this lead down to only 6 for the Pirates. Shawnee Bairstow, same position in the corner, this time again.
But Pangy ends up with the board, and they're just going to slow it down. Like, they can still get a 2-for-1 here if they don't go too quick. Got
Max
Curly. Jason Ralph comes down with it. Will he use most of the shot clock, or are they going to take a quick shot too? And they do with Harvey. Just unlucky, but they get the O board.
Yeah, Christian Pang just knocking that one out of bounds. So there is 21 seconds on the game clock, 13 seconds on the shot. So Southwest will get another shot if they pull the D board, or obviously if Ipswich makes it. But it is Ipswich force now, looking to move the out-of-bounds passage of play from the side. Pillane bringing it in. Pillane finds an open Spears. Spears goes one-on-one with Pangy. Fires out to the open three-point shooter. He can't find the net.
But they're going to be calling an offensive foul. Or no, a rebounding foul, I mean.
Yeah, they're going to get that one against Christian Pang, just holding in underneath. Coach Larkin's not too happy about it, but just managing to maintain himself on the side. It is only the 4th foul as well, so good for Southwest that they're not going. Yeah, only the 4th team foul, which is good. The ball's inside now.
Harvey's just going to work.
Hands out to Spears. Spears fires the 3 and nails the 3 over the top of Sean Bairstow. Max Curl now with 4 seconds to go. He goes all the way. Pull-up jump shot. Can't quite find the fall, and we end the 3-quarter time break. It's 65 plays 62. Southwest Metro Pirates maintaining a 3-point lead going into the 3rd.
It's going to be an interesting 4th because Ipswich just did not want to go away at all in that quarter. Every single time Southwest just pulled away, Ipswich just came crawling back. Like nothing big, but Kyle Harvey. Kyle Harvey was the talk of that quarter.
Yeah, exactly. They managed to claw back a point in that one, but you're exactly right. If Southwest is going to want to, continue playing the way they are, they're going to need to shut down Kyle Harvey, coming up with 10 points in the quarter to really make the difference and turn things around. But again, Southwest just doing so much work through Jared Bairstow and Nelson Larkins, scoring 19 and 15 respectively. So, look, it is going to be a great 4th quarter of action. Got about a minute to go before we start again, so we're going to take a quick break, but stick right with us, and we'll be back with you shortly with more QBL action presented by the Stream Team Australia. And welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex. We're bringing you into the fourth quarter now. As we discussed leading into the break, it's a 3-point game. Southwest maintaining their narrow lead after Ipswich's big performance from the big man Kyle Harvey in the third. Ipswich is going to start out the quarter, and speaking of the man, Harvey has it. He goes against JB, but JB gets the big block on him. We said that they needed to stop him, and JB does just that, and then goes end to end and flips one up for himself.
And there's not much that you can do about that. And when JB is informed defensively and locked in.
Yeah. And as we sort of said with Southwest needing to shut down Kyle Harvey, Ipswich needs to shut down JB. Because JB is having himself a performance here tonight. He's now got 21 points and doing a fantastic job as that.
Oh, we got a little bit of a mix-up here. Vines is going to be called for the foul, but I don't really know what's short, to be honest.
I didn't even see it, to be honest. I was not paying any attention.
Nada. It just happened in the corner of my eye, and both of them were just on the floor, really.
Yeah. Something happened. Vines got a foul. Ferguson taking some free throws. And he makes the first. But yeah, sorry, back to my point before. Bairstow, having a great game. And realistically, Ipswich has kind of not really given Bairstow a free range, but I think they've just underestimated him a tiny bit coming into this game because they haven't put as much pressure on him as what they probably should have. He's now on 19 points and having a great game. And again, he had the ball wide open on the side there and just happened to find a better option in Plono inside. But Bairstow is finding himself open on a lot of situations and really dominating in the game. He's at 70% from the field and 6 from 6 from free throw land as well. So realistically, just having a stellar game.
Big shot by Marty.
Yeah, closing the gap down to 1 point. Marty Leahy going to work.
Oh, so we've got Marty guarding Vinesy now. It's a bit of a height mismatch there.
They find JB.
Oh, they're playing a 2-3 zone. That's why Marty's up top.
Oh, and Nelson Larkins again doing what Larkins do best. The three-point drop. He's now 3 3-pointers in the game.
And you can't really be playing a zone against a team like the Pirates. Like they've got shooters left, right, and center. Oh,
absolutely. Nice little move there from Poulain, working his way around Croft and drawing the foul at the same time. So good recognition there from Poulain.
Definitely good recognition.
Foul getting called against Jarrett Croft. That's his third. Poulain misses the charity stripe shot. Plono comes down with the D-board. So we're back to a 2-point game here. Southwest just narrowly maintaining a lead. Vines with it on the right-hand corner. Finds Croft inside. Croft looks to pass but goes himself. Kicks out to Vines. They've got 4 seconds on the shot clock. Vines makes stuff happen. Can't get it to fall over Marty Leahy. And good defensive boards there from Ipswich. They go to work. Poulain takes on Bairstow. Hands off to Leahy, and Leahy gets the drop to tie the game at 70.
And that was his second straight shot from that same spot.
Yeah, Marty Leahy's been having a game as well. Like, he's really come out and performed. He's only on 10 points. I would have thought he would have been on more, but he's done such a great job out on the floor.
Nice look inside by Prono to find Croft for the easy 2. Oh, they just missed Marty, and they're saying Croft just brought his arms down a little bit, but
I'm actually surprised they didn't get him on the first one, to be honest. I thought he stepped right into Marty Leahy in the first place. Yeah. So, look, regardless of what you call it, I feel like he fouled him. Yeah, it may not have been on the second contact, but it might have been on the first.
Because that was going to be my question. Like, the first contact, yes. Yeah. But on the second one, where his arms are down, but seeing he's so much taller, the ball's going into his arm. So what else can he really do in that situation?
Yeah, I think it was, I don't know. I thought the first one was a foul, to be honest. But
like the initial bump, definitely.
I'm not going to argue with Tony. I trust her.
Don't we all?
Yeah, exactly. Leahy goes 1 from 2 for the line, so we're back at a 1-point ball game.
Well, Larkin's really feeling it.
No, that one doesn't quite get there. They're going to get Kyle Harvey for the push in the back on Jared Bairstow.
But Larkin's really wanted to have the foul in the shot.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I thought it was all right. Larkins kind of caused the contact, faded away. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm happy with a no call, but I am happy with the Kyle Harvey fouling underneath. There was definitely a big arm on the back of JB, sort of pushing him down, and you could see Jared's head, pretty much at his knees just about, because he did get a lot of contact in the back.
Yeah. Oh,
And that's
JB
only
for 3.
It's only Harvey's third personal as well, so that's not too bad. Puono with the big O board
And
looks
he
around and
gets that
fires himself. Puono taking on Pillane, getting himself in front, finds himself in the air, but gets the block on Pillane.
And then
JB with the
picks it up.
T-board. Fast-paced offense now with Shawnee Bairstow with the alley-oop dunk from Ryan Vines.
I was waiting for one of those all game long.
And thankfully, they delivered with a Sean Bairstow classic.
But in his final game here at Hibiscus for the season, what a way to go out.
Yeah, absolutely. As Leahy steps into an open three-point stop of his own, Shawnee Bairstow coming down with the D-board. Just a beautiful play from Southwest and great recognition from both Bairstow and Vines. And what a finish as well. It'll go down as one of the dunks of the season for the Pirates. There's been a few, actually. Between Bairstow and Puono, there have been some very big dunks. And speaking of big plays, that's a big one there from Pillane with the big block on Henry Puono.
Yeah, it was a big one.
And a tough spot now for the Pirates. There's only 2 seconds on the shot clock. JB's going to bring it in for the Pirates, but they need to bring it in and fire pretty much straight away. And that's exactly what they do when Puono can't get it to drop, but does get the foul.
And is that going to be called on Harvey?
Not too sure. It is going to go against Kyle Harvey, and that's going to be his fourth personal foul.
And they're going to sub him out straight away, it looks like.
Yeah, probably smart to sub him out now and bring him in a little bit later on in the dying couple of minutes to get some clutch points. No, they're going to sub out Marty Leahy.
So they're taking the risk.
We spoke too soon.
Yeah, we did. Hey, you got to risk it for the biscuit, right?
Yeah, well, exactly. And, realistically, 5.5 minutes to go, it's probably not a bad idea leaving him in now anyway.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what's your option? You bring him out for 2 or 3 minutes, sub him back in with a couple to go anyway. So, look, it's not a bad decision.
And then if he picks up his fifth in, the couple of minutes he comes back in for, then what's the difference?
Yeah, exactly. So there's just going to be a little bit of a warning by the looks of it on the floor. Just a little bit of chatter from both teams starting to creep into the game.
Which, in a game like this, it's always going to be chippy.
Yeah, it was always going to happen. Especially in a close game. 71 plays 76. Southwest maintaining their 5-point lead. Ralph now on the 3-point line, dishes off to Spears. They've got single digits on the shot clock, so need to find the open player. Harvey's it. He goes one-on-one against Shawnee Bairstow.
Oh,
Bairstow,
what a turnaround.
There is nothing you can do to that. Sean Bairstow's defense was pretty spot on, but Harvey is just that good with the ball.
And Larkins just can't get that one to fall. But yeah, you're right. There's nothing you can do against Harvey. He turned the wrong way too for a right-hander. He turned the opposite direction and still got it to fall.
Yeah, he's just such a talented player, Kyle Harvey. So, all the credit to Shawnee Bairstow. He did his best. But we're now locked in a 3-point game. So we see a 3-point draw. Sorry, a long 2 there from Harvey. Puono with the D-board. He goes one-on-one against Ferguson, fighting through very tough contact and gets the fall.
It's back up to. Is it back up at 7 now, or is it?
Oh no, but that changes it back down to 2 points. Harvey stepping up to the 3, hitting his 30th point of the game.
He's not letting Ipswich die hard. No way.
No, definitely not. He came in with a 30-point average, and he's delivered here tonight with 30 points on the board. Vines now, corner 3. It's to the right. Oh, great hands there from Vines getting the steal. I think that was off Harvey.
Oh, we got to check foul the coach.
And then with 4 minutes to go, we are going to get a bench technical foul. And probably not something that Coach Richards would really be happy with. 4 minutes to go in a 2-point game to get the technical. I mean, realistically, this could be a huge turning point for Southwest. It went from being, Ipswich ball. Oh, sorry, Southwest did get it in the end, but
It's still a 2-point ball game instead of 3.
yeah. So Larkins takes the free throw, and as Larkins does, he nails it.
Yeah,
We're at
just
3
a
points
training
now.
drill.
Southwest with possession. And realistically, the momentum is now in Southwest's favour because that rattles an Ipswich team.
Wait, was that a technical on Kyle Harvey?
No, it was a technical foul on the
Oh,
bench.
wait, no, I think there's a blood rule for Kyle Harvey.
Ah.
Because I just know that they just called a sub for Harvey, so I don't know. Or is Harvey staying in?
No, I think he's good.
That's not sure. Oh,
Still asking the question, though.
was it his
So-
5th?
No, I think you're right. I think there is blood. So I think there is blood on his elbow. So they're just going to have to sub him out to get rid of that blood.
And I think that's why that he was complaining, because he felt like he got hit right there.
Yeah.
And that's what caused the blood.
I think
to
the
open up.
referee's, from what I could sort of see, I think the referee's justification was that Harvey caused all the contact. But I'm not really too sure. I didn't see what happened out there. As we see Ralph going to work on the inside.
Oh, big fall there.
Right on the tailbone as well. That's a tough fall there from Ferguson.
And I think that's just an incidental contact.
There's nothing on that at all. That was the foul was called on the original shot. That was just incidental contact underneath as Ferguson came through. There's nothing you can really do about that.
But the one thing I will question, though, as Ralphie put up the shot, even though it had no chance in going in, like it was going to bounce on the rim, a Southwest player grabbed the net. So what do you do in that situation?
You know what? While we're holding the clock, I'm gonna go back and look at the tape, and I'll answer your question in not so long. So referees are just having a little bit of a discussion now, possibly going to call. So that's the original foul.
Yeah, and then just subs.
Yeah, and that's just it. So hang on. So we've got the replay here in front of us. So we'll walk you through it. So oh no, I just froze it at the wrong time. So the shot goes up. Yeah, no, there's nothing on that at all. It was just incidental contact.
Yeah.
So the contact on the net for the goaltending, non-existent. I'm happy with the way that that's panned out. And realistically, the foul was called. And Ferguson and, going by the looks of what I've just seen, Ferguson and Puono both literally just went up for the rebound. The contact has occurred simultaneously.
Just in the air?
Yeah, just in the air. There's no malice. There was no hard done by it. And unfortunately, Ferguson just came off on the worst end of it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there was no need for any call or anything like that in there. It was just completely incidental. So, look, good of the referees, though. They came together, discussed what's going on, and it's the right outcome in the end, in my opinion.
Well, Ralphie, that would have been a big free throw there. Yes, the second one to drop. We're back to a 2-point ball game, and 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, just under 4 minutes on the clock. It's 77 plays 29. Henry Puono now for Southwest. Kicks back to Larkins. JB with the screen. Larkins goes himself, works his way around Kyle Harvey, and Harvey fouls out of the game on that layup. Larkins, sorry, they're going to call that against, actually, they're going to get that against Quan.
Ah.
as you see Kyle Harvey just doing the tap on the heart going, oh, thank God, my heart was racing. So they've called the foul, obviously, before the contact occurred with Harvey. Shawnee Bairstow finds his way inside. His shot no good. Leahy coming down with the board. Moving the ball quickly now. They find Kyle Harvey, almost stolen by Larkins. Harvey shot a little bit too short. Larkins coming down with a D-board for Southwest. We're still locked at a 2-point game. Larkins going to work on the inside, driving straight into Josh Spears and drawing the foul. Smart recognition there from Larkins, realizing Spears wasn't in position and not really aware of where it was coming from. So he's going to get his third personal. We're going to see Pillane check back in. Quan going to take a break.
And it'll probably be a break for no doubt the rest of the game, unless Kyle Harvey gets fouled out.
Yeah, correct.
Because I believe this will be the final 10 on the floor for the rest of the game. Which is weird because Jarrett Croft isn't out there, so I don't know whether they're going to send off like Sean Bairstow the right way or not.
Yeah, Southwest may... Look, I think Southwest will probably stick with this lineup for a little bit. Oh, no, yeah, I don't know. Great move there. Beautiful play from Kyle Harvey. Taking it back down to a 1 point. See Nelson Larkins again, good recognition, finds the open JB on the 3-point line, but his soft is way too soft. Sorry, his shot is way too soft, not
like,
his soft is way
too soft.
It's that English language, it's getting me again.
It's getting you again. All right, so we're going to have a high pick and roll between Spears and J. Ralph. Let's see how we go here.
Yeah, Ipswich now with the opportunity to take the lead for the first time in quite some time, to be honest. And they do just that with Kyle Harvey cutting through the keyway, putting it away and drawing the foul against, I believe, Jared Bairstow.
That is very, very interesting.
Again, Kyle Harvey doing what Kyle Harvey does best.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've had to say that tonight, but he really has been an outstanding performance in the game and really has been the playmaker for Ipswich.
Most definitely. So now he puts Ippy up by 2, and we've got 2:40 left to go in the game.
82 plays 80, 2.5. Nelson Larkins.
And
Nelson Larkins on the three-point line. An all-important three-point shot there from Larkins. They take the lead again by a point. Coach Larkins going to request the timeout, but a little bit of a discussion here with the referees.
Because it was Ipswich possession.
Just a little bit of a discussion about the confusion with the timeout. Coach Larkins asked it a fraction of a second late. The ball was already in play, so...
Well, it wasn't that. It was actually because since Southwest had scored, like, it shouldn't be...
It's not in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Coach Larkins stuffed up. That's all right. We're going to have a timeout anyway, so...
No, Coach Larkins didn't screw up. It was actually, I believe, the score bench did in this case by calling it, not recognizing who had the ball.
Yeah. Look, we have a timeout on the floor. So 82 plays 83. A little bit of a confusion, but we do have a decision. You know, there was a little bit of an error across multiple areas on that one. But look, the play stopped. They're going to let the timeout occur. It's 82 plays 83. Let's keep it here, though, because obviously it's down to crunch time. So first of all, in 20 seconds, if you're Ipswich, what are you talking about?
In 20 seconds?
In 20 seconds.
All right. From what I'm talking about is basically it would either be a high pick and roll again, but my high pick and roll would be between J. Ralph and James Harvey, and then space the floor.
And if you're Southwest, in 20 seconds, what are you talking about?
Southwest, basically, if they are going to do that type of scenario, then you would have to switch that pick and roll and hope to God that Kyle Harvey does not post you down. The second he starts to post a small guy down, then you go and double down, get the ball out of his hands. You want someone else to beat you. All right, so you can't go away from what you've been doing all game. Like, yes, Kyle Harvey has scored like what? Like
35.
Well, not just 35. Like, I think it's been like 7 of like the last 9 points for Ipswich.
Yeah, quite a few.
Like, you just kind of have to deny him the ball the most. And if he is not part of the pick and roll, do not help off of Harvey, whatever you do.
Well, let's see how they go. It's 82 plays 83, 2:25 to go. Ipswich bringing the ball in. They're going to give it to Ralph, marked quite heavily by Vines.
And it gets into Harvey's hands.
Josh Spears underneath now goes over the top of Henry Puono.
Puono, the elbow there.
Copping a bit of an elbow, but they are going to get the foul underneath. I think they're going to get that on Nelson Larkins for the contact underneath before the contact with Puono. So they're going to get what happened first, which is fair.
Yeah.
So Josh Spears going to go to the line for 2.
This is turning out to be quite an exciting game.
Yeah, Spears 100% from the free throw line, 2 from 2 at the moment, and makes his third.
So we got
locked
a tie
at 83.
Ball game.
So Ipswich takes the lead by 1. Nelson Larkins with the inbound play for Southwest. There's just over 2 minutes to go in the final quarter. And it's going to come down to the wire. JB with it now. Goes inside to Puono. And Croft is back on the floor now as well. So he's subbed in for Shawnee Bairstow.
Hustle ball. Who gets the jump on this one? And it's going to remain Southwest basketball. Luckily.
It is a very lucky scenario there for Southwest coming down with that one. Going to quickly wipe up the floor, and a quick shout out to the Southwest Juniors helping out on the baseline. So Jared Bairstow going to bring it in for the Pirates. Dishes inside to Pono underneath. Pono guarded heavily, blocked by Pulane. Jason Ralph coming down with it. Harvey now on the three-point line. Harvey for three. Harvey does it.
Again and again. You can't let someone like that get open in transition.
Harvey takes the lead to 4 for the Force. Shooting an absolutely blinding game. He's 3 from 6 from the three-point line. Croft's turn now. Dishes out to Vines. Sets the screen. Vines with it to Larkins. Larkins 3. Larkins bounces off. Southwest fighting inside, but Ralph comes down with the D-board.
The game's not over yet. You're just going to get a stop, a score, stop, a score. There's enough time on the clock to do it. So
yeah, Southwest gets this, has to get the stop here on Ipswich, and realistically shut Harvey out from getting it as well. There's a lot of contact in underneath on Harvey. He's got it now with 4 seconds. He goes one-on-one against JB. Fires over JB and nails it.
Big time shot
closing out the second half. JB with it now underneath. JB goes to work. He's blocked by Pulane, and Pulane comes down with the defensive board but loses it. And they're going to get Croft with getting Ralph in the eye. It is all happening in the fourth quarter. And when I say it's all happening in favor of Ipswich.
It is.
They've got a couple of big plays in a row, but Ralph looking like he's in a little bit of trouble with that contact in the eye. There is going to be a timeout on the floor. Coach Larkins needing to take a break. It's a 6-point ball game and a 6-point swing in favor of Ipswich in this fourth quarter. They've really turned it around. Currently sitting at an 18 to 27 point swing in the fourth. So 48 seconds to go. Now let's talk all about Southwest here, because Ipswich, it's going to Harvey. Let's be honest. We know it's going to Harvey. But Southwest, you're 6 points down. There's 48 seconds to go. You are in foul trouble. What do you do?
Well, right now, I'm going to be assuming that Ipswich are going to be shooting 2 free throws. Best case scenario, you want them to miss both. If they hit both, you're down by what? You're down by 7? Yeah, no,
8.
Yeah, you're down by 8. So what you need to do is, like, you don't have to get a 3 straight away. Just get a quick 2 if you can. All right, quick 2 if you can. And then if you can get a stop, seeing there's 48 seconds left, then you start to look at 3s. The second you hit a 3 with about, I would say about 30 seconds left, look to trap early. If you can't get the trap, quick foul, and then you're playing the foul game.
Yeah.
That'll be my plan. If it was any less time, I would say no, you play the foul game then. But 48 seconds, like that's 2 shot clocks. So
yeah, and the hard part for Southwest in this scenario is it is Ralph on the free throw line as well. And he's 1 from 2 from tonight, but typically speaking, Jason Ralph, a very, very strong free throw shooter.
But he did get poked in the eye.
Yeah, his vision could be very far off, unfortunately. But nope, poked in the eye or not, Ralph still makes the first.
So my thing is, do not call a timeout here. I'll just get it down for a quick 2, and then you try and look to trap, and then you try and get a stop, and then you look for a 3.
So that does it. Jason Ralph, it's 8 points the difference. Southwest with it now, you're exactly right. They didn't call the timeout. Nelson Larkins hands off to Pueno, heavily guarded by Leahy. They need to get a shot up, and they're going to get an offensive foul on Henry Pueno, causing the contact against Joshua Spears.
No.
That's the worst case scenario there for Southwest.
If you go back on the video, Spears had Pueno by the arm and yanked him back.
Either way, nothing can be done about that now. It's Ipswich with the ball. They've got the advantage. Jason Ralph with it now. They're going to let him move it forward. Spears goes against Shawnee Bairstow. And Ipswich realistically just need to hold the ball. They find an open Ralph. Ralph works his way around Bairstow. They get it inside to Spears, and Spears finishes it inside for the 2.
Game, set, and match.
And that is pretty much all over Red Rover. There is 9 seconds on the game clock. It's 93 plays 83. Southwest just losing it all in the fourth quarter there. And Ipswich.
It just reminds me of the Brisbane game all over again.
Kyle Harvey, first things first. Let's talk about Kyle Harvey, because realistically, he came in to the halftime with only 15 points. And we spoke about the importance for Southwest to shut down Kyle Harvey. And he's come out and pulled a 25-point second half. Now, that's a game changer in this game, because in that second half, well, in that fourth quarter, they went 29 and 18. Ipswich put, 31 on 18. They put a lot of points on in that second half, and especially that fourth quarter. So Kyle Harvey, we spoke about it before the game. He is just such a great playmaker, and he can finish.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to remember this, like we were talking about it in the third, Kyle Harvey had 10 points in the third quarter, which means he had 15 points in the fourth. And I don't believe he started scoring his 15 till about the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game. So he had 15 points in crunch time in a close game when it looked like it was going to be in Southwest's favour.
Yeah, and that's just great recognition from Ipswich. They realised that Harvey got hot in that third quarter, and they just continued to ride it with him and just did a great job of executing and getting the ball to him so that he could finish crucial plays. And realistically, he just had an outstanding performance all around. He's pulled 40 points, shooting 61% from the field. He was 50% from the three-point line, shooting 3 from 6, and pulled a huge 11 boards as well. So just such a great player. And Ipswich did an incredible job of working the ball through him as well, recognizing that he was hot, getting it into him, and doing an amazing job. But let's not discount the other players for Ipswich as well. Josh Spears, for me, also came out and had an absolutely stellar game, putting 15 points on the board and just doing a really great job defensively and putting a lot of tough effort on Southwest and making it hard for them to get points in crucial moments, as did Marty Leahy. You know, such an incredible player, and I loved watching Leahy every single weekend when we did streams for Southwest. And just did a great job here, getting 11 points, pulling a couple of rebounds as well. And realistically, Ipswich just had everything going for them in that second half, and the fourth quarter especially. So, look, Southwest, unfortunate loss for them. You know, an unfortunate loss on Vinesy's 175th game. Sean Bairstow's last game for the Pirates before he goes away to college. But an absolutely outstanding performance, and it's not necessarily that they did anything wrong. They just got outplayed in that fourth quarter, or the second half more than anything, by the Force, who realistically, Southwest was great. Ipswich was just that one tiny step better and just pulled out a couple of key plays in that last minute and a half.
And to follow up on that, yes, like Ipswich were that tiny bit better, but Kyle Harvey took them to that next level. Like, it was all on Kyle Harvey in that last quarter. Yeah,
absolutely. You're not wrong with that one, man. To quickly run through the final stats here for your Southwest Metro Pirates. Jared Bairstow leading, Nelson Larkins leading all scorers for the Pirates on 23. Also in pulling an impressive 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and a couple of steals as well. Jared Bairstow ending on 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. You got Puono and Croft tied on 11 points apiece. Croft pulling a huge 12 boards. Puono with 7 assists. And some really great points coming off Sean Bairstow off the bench as well on 9 points. So, look, a really great job there from the Pirates, and an unfortunate loss as well in a game where they really did an amazing job across the board. But, Dave, before we go, the important question.
Yes.
The Ralphs.
I have to go with Georgia tonight, man.
I'm not going to lie.
Have to go with Georgia.
Jason, I love you, but Georgia wins the Ralph off for, I think, the second time they've been playing as husband and wife, but it does go to Georgia Williams. Georgia, now Ralph tonight.
Yeah, you can't get that wrong again.
No, I'll have to learn for next time, but Georgia had just a fantastic game, and so did Ralphie. He didn't get a lot of points on the board in the game here this afternoon, but really did such a great job. 6 assists, 4 rebounds. He's just such a consistent, more than anything, Ralph's big presence is the fact that he's such a great leader and really does a great job of directing the troops out on the floor. So
definitely.
Williams takes the crown tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But great job to both of them. And again, congratulations, guys. And look, for the last time here tonight, before we do wrap things up, I do just quickly want to say, I'm going to whack the GoFundMe link back up on the page one last time. So please do jump on board, donate anything you can, if you can, to Narelle Kelly and her battle to beat cancer. And just to help her family as a whole. Narelle has been amazing to Basketball Queensland, and we really do want to continue supporting this for as long as we can. So jump on to GoFundMe, search Get Narelle Well, and please do support it if you have a chance. But that does wrap things up for us here from Hibiscus Sports Complex. As always, I do want to thank my co-commentator, Dave Myles, Gemma Kelleher up on the camera. My name is Regan Baker, presenting this production from the Stream Team Australia and Panagos Productions. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the Nothing But Net Media live stream on the BQ Facebook page and YouTube channel. We are watching the Brisbane Capitals taking on the Gladstone. And don't forget to tune in again for your Southwest Metro Pirates in 2 weeks on Sunday, the 7th of July. We will have your live stream here between Southwest and Rocky. That will be a Nothing But Net media production on the Basketball Queensland YouTube channel. So don't forget to tune in. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.